You're tuned into News Across the Galaxy, where they talk all things LA Galaxy with the Nag Boys. Let's start nagging.
We are back, baby. That's right. The Night Boys are back here for you on this beautiful Sunday night. Hope everyone's doing great. But you know who else is back? The LA Galaxy's back. Back in the Champions League, Champions Cup. Welcome to News Across the Galaxy, where we talk all things LA Galaxy. My name's Eddie. Today I got Chewy with me. Chewy, what up, Chewy? And it's gonna be an interesting show because we got two games to talk about. Nag Boys are a little busy celebrating, so I'm here solo today. Well, not solo. I got producer Chewy, so expect to hear some Chewy sound bites today. Hopefully, more than usual. But let's get into some housekeeping first. Like I mentioned, the Galaxy are back in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. I stuttered on that in the beginning because I know it's changed names. I think it was League once, and I don't know what else has gone through, but we haven't been in since it's become the CONCACAF Champions Cup. So that's why I stuttered. I'm not really used to this. As Galaxy fans, we haven't been used to being part of this tournament, but we're back in the tournament. So housekeeping. Mark Delgado. Mark Delgado got his 100th appearance. That happened in the game versus Colorado, which is the first game we are going to get into here. So, as I mentioned, the LA Galaxy played Colorado on Wednesday. A team that is also making their way back to winning ways. Colorado is now, I think, secured into the playoffs. I think it's only the bottom two teams that are fighting for the wild card and fighting for position. But like I mentioned, Colorado is back in the playoffs, and they were fighting for a top spot, getting some kind of home field advantage going into the playoffs. So going into this game, we're still fighting to hold on to the top spot in the West, while Colorado, like I said, trying to get home field advantage. I know Edgar did a. What's up? Okay, gotcha. Well, there you go. Thank you, Chewy. See, it's always great to get some Chewy sound bites. So going into this game, Colorado is never a great place to go play. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Galaxy hadn't won there since 2017. And it's kind of funny because 2017 wasn't exactly the best year for the LA Galaxy. So going in, I personally did not feel great. I think I was ready to settle for a tie. Right? You never want your team to lose. You try to be a little realistic, and I said, you know what, Colorado is on the up, and they're probably gonna, leave it all out there to try to get their home field advantage. Then you have the altitude, and there's probably a few guys that are not used to the altitude here. So I was like, all right, cool, let's go and get this tie. And that was going in. Chewy, how did you feel?
Hold on, I'm working on the audio.
All right, Chewy's working on the audio because people can't hear Chewy also apparently. Come on, Chewy, producer Chewy, bro. So I seem like a crazy person. Like I was talking to myself then. Thanks, Chewy. Appreciate that, bro. As it isn't bad enough that I'm here by myself. The Galaxy came out with the following lineup against the Colorado Rapids. They had McCarthy in goal. They had Mickey Yamane out right. They had Cáceres and Yoshida at center backs. John DeBrock Nelson at left back. You had Cirio and Delgado sitting as the CDMs, Ricky Puig as the number 10. You had Gabriel Peck on the right, and you had Joseph Painter on the left, and Dejan Joveljic on top. Now, when I saw this lineup, I thought, well, if we're gonna win, given what's available, this is the best lineup, right? You have to think like, is Vanny now thinking, well, it's a short week. Are we gonna just play it safe and then take care of business at home against Austin? Doing some rotation, but Vanny went for it. Vanny went for it, and obviously, by this time, you already know it paid off. And man, I it's like the opposite of the game against Portland, right? I figured, we could lose against Portland because of the turf and the way they had been playing. But you're like, damn, I didn't expect to lose like that. I didn't want to lose like that. And this Colorado game was opposite. A spoiler, it was a 3-1 final score, but it was once you got into the game, it was a slow start. Just how it's been all season for the Galaxy. But as the game went on, the Galaxy just was dominant, and it was like, man, I didn't expect us to go into Colorado and take over the game like that. Chewy, you good now? We got you now?
Yeah, it works.
All right, cool, man. So how'd you feel going into this game?
Which game?
Colorado? the midweek one.
Oh, against Colorado.
Yeah.
No, I feel good. The only thing is that one, shit, playing away in Colorado is not always a good thing. So that's the only thing that had me a little bit in concern. Besides that, I feel the team is pretty good. Colorado is getting is okay. Don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, it's like don't sleep on Colorado and stuff. But I feel the Galaxy is the team that could have easily taken them. I know our first half always sucks. We're not a first half team, and but yeah, like I didn't feel too bad going over there.
Let me ask you. I don't know if you heard when I read the starting lineup, but I just ask you these questions. So Alder's back now. There's been a rotation, or not really rotation, I guess we can say anymore, in the center back position with Neil. But in this lineup, we saw no Neil, no Alde. Given that it was a short week, and maybe you expect a little rotation, were you surprised by them not starting?
A little bit, but you know what? I'm okay with Garces starting pretty much every game going forward because he hasn't played for like 2 years. So yeah, he's
Garces. Garces? What do you mean?
Garces.
Garces 2 years? What are you talking about, Garces?
This is what his second season with us? No,
First.
Is this first still?
Yeah.
What the hell? Oh, he hasn't played. He hasn't played the whole season, man. He just started playing then. Like it feels like he's been with us for a long time, and he just started playing.
The crazy thing about Garces is like you remember when he was here, is he here? What the hell's going on? Why haven't we seen him? And it took forever, and then we finally saw him, and we got like a sample of him and the Champions Cup, and we're like, all right, this kid is good, and then he fucking gets hurt. So that I think that's what it is, Chewy. That he's actually, it's felt like he's been with us forever, but then again, it's like we haven't seen him. So what the fuck?
Yeah. So yeah, man. Like I'm okay with him starting. Like I said, moving forward every game. Um, Look, nothing bad against Neil, and I really was hoping that he would get better. And the biggest thing that I think everybody sees is that um, he's not that player that's gonna push over other players, right? Like
Right.
he's not that player. We can see it, and I mean, can that change? I feel that can change, right? He can become that player, but he isn't that player right now.
Yeah, and it's something I mentioned in the last episode of you didn't get to comment on it because you were just doing your producing. You didn't have the emergency co-host like today, but I mentioned how Neil isn't like I'll go as far as back as a McBean or a fucking like Ethan Zubak or a Efra, where we were just like ready, like, all right, get out of here. Like you could see like there's there's a higher ceiling for Neo still. You know, it's just
Mhm.
he's just not there yet, right? We haven't given up on this kid. Like he's definitely got it. For all we know, next year we're looking at a Neo and Garces starting center backs.
That could be.
So
We could, yeah, because what's his name? Shoot, the Argentino, or what is he?
Aldo.
Uruguayo? No, the
Oh, Cáceres.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Because I feel that he's done. Like we won't see him anymore in a Galaxy
No,
jersey. Like
no.
that, it's over pretty much with
I
him.
think I think so too, and it's kind of crazy that he's not gonna get his like like his goodbye from the fans because I don't know if you've noticed this, Chewy. I haven't really, maybe I'm tripping, but I haven't seen him in pictures or anything. Like there's no presence.
No, he hasn't really been around. Like I've seen him on the pictures that the Galaxy post after the match, right when they win. But this last one, I haven't paid attention to it, so I don't know
No,
if he was there.
no,
But
I don't think he's in the last couple ones.
yeah, so that's the thing, right? Like it's probably basically at this point it's a season-ending injury. I doubt we'll see him in playoffs,
Yeah.
and the only reason I think we'll see him in playoffs is if Yoshida gets hurt.
Even then, it's like playoff. Playoff MLS playoffs is like a different gear, and it's hard for someone that's been in and out, and he hasn't been consistent. He hasn't like played long minutes, even when he was not injured. It's
Yeah,
hard to
but
even see him coming in. I would think Neo, even sad to say, maybe even Zabaleta, would probably come in before him in a situation where if he comes back for the playoffs.
I think it depends who your attackers are, who that midfield and who your strikers are for the other team.
And you said, and it's funny because you said maybe it's a season-ending injury, but there's like no confirmation, right? It feels like even reporters haven't asked about him, or there hasn't been anything put out about his injury.
Because we haven't really needed him, right? Like
Damn,
we don't really need him on the field. I feel if we were to need him on the field, there would be a pressure to know what the hell's going on. But
damn, man! Everyone forgot about.
hey, man, it happens, right? Like right now, going back to Garces, dude, he took that position away from Neil that easy. We needed somebody like this, right? We needed that a little bit more aggression
Yeah,
from that position, and games and games, you could see how they had Neil's number. Our opponents had Neil's number. They knew they could
right.
go up top. They knew they could go aggressive, and nothing was going to happen. Right? They were going to get that advantage over him. So yeah, like I don't think anybody's looking back saying we need Neil to start. Not at this point, right?
No, no, not now. All right, Chewy. Well, let's continue on with this game. So then the game did actually start. We got sidetracked a little bit. Sorry. Spenny actually put down here his feeling going into the game. He was looking forward to a tie uh, and then a win if they scored in the first half due to the Galaxy being the best scoring second half team in the league. He also said when it comes to the starting lineup, he expected Garces to start, and he should be starting. So can't argue with that one. That's basically what we all said here.
Mhm.
So the game, it was I think like a sloppy first. I'm reading my comments here because we're a little older now and it's hard to remember what goes on here. And I'm just laughing at my notes. It was a sloppy game for the first 20 minutes, and it wasn't just the Galaxy. It was just a game that was sloppy in general. And I put that it was it gave you early 2000s MLS vibes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like the quality of football was not good. Like if you had a friend that like is like a Euro snob or something, and you're like, come on, man, give the MLS a chance, give the Galaxy a chance, and you put on this game in the first 20 minutes, they were probably like, oh shit,
It's like
it,
nail, bro. No.
it's exactly what I expected. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it has to do, I'm sure. Like the Galaxy is a better team by far. Than Colorado this year, and I think the just the quality of Colorado, made it for a sloppy game in the Galaxy, not being used to the altitude and taking that time to adjust to it. made it a sloppy game as well. And the guys who were making a lot of mistakes, you hear other podcasts. I don't think we really touched on it, or maybe Edgar did in the midweek. That altitude doesn't just affect breathing; it also affects the way the ball moves, right? So there's people that just probably weren't used to it. Some balls were just turned over, and if I remember correctly, we really couldn't put a couple passes together in the first 20 to 30 minutes. But then came the goal from Colorado, right? That goal from Colorado was a banger, right? It's a little hard to pinpoint that on anybody, not even McCarthy. I just watched it again today. The way he hits that ball through traffic, and it's just like one of those that barely leaves the ground, and just it's just hard for anybody to reach, especially when you see it last minute. Um, I still though I still didn't feel, and I think I texted you guys, it's like we're gonna win this game. It also helps that I saw Joe Totino at lunch, so he told me happy game day, and I was yep, we're winning today. I thought going in before that I was happy with the tie, but yeah, I knew we were gonna win thanks to Joe. And in case you're wondering, it was Panera Bread. So confirmed, Joe Totino, he's Panera Bread.
You had to let people know where he goes on game days.
Well, it's because they were playing away. We don't know that for a fact. Why did I say which Panera Bread? People don't know where I work either. Ah, see?
You, yeah, because you work in San Diego. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. I work
Yeah,
in San Diego. That's why I
yeah,
work.
because why the hell would Joe Totino be at the Galaxy Stadium on a non-game day,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. There you go. Thank you, Chewy. But how'd you feel in the first half, Chewy?
Um, I got a little worried because yeah, the altitude I feel does affect big time the players.
Mhm.
It affects the ball. It affects the players a lot. Like I'm one of those people that I believe players should be adjusted to the environment. I feel that if you go the day before, either you go the same day or you go 3 to 4 days before. That's how I feel when traveling to when changing altitudes that bad, because yeah, it does affect you. Probably not the day that you get there, but it affects you by the next day. It's not the same, right? Your lungs kind of get adjusted to where you're at, and oh my god, it's not the same. Um, yeah, dude. So and that's the thing. At least like in the U.S., right? We have so many different like time zones, and we also have so many different types of environment just in the U.S. So it's like these guys, yeah, they play there twice a season, right? If anything, and it's like, dude, you can't really adjust from going from California weather or Southern California weather, Carson weather, if you want to call it, going to Colorado, right? Like traveling that much and going to those kind of weathers, it's not that easy, and it is something that affects people a lot.
Yeah.
So I was kind of nervous, but at the same time, this team is getting to be very solid, very solid. More, they're getting really solid faster than I expected them to mesh. I thought this team would take a little bit longer, at least one more season for them to mesh, and I am very surprised that they feel like camaradas, already.
Why they gotta do this like this, Chewy? Why you gotta do us like this, man? We just talked about it though. Now they got us believing things we don't want to believe in. We're scared to love, Chewy. We're not ready for it.
Yeah, dude, God damn it, man.
So Spenny put down Colorado was doing a lot of what Portland was doing by cutting lanes. Vanny spoke on how Colorado was positioned well. Portland has introduced the blueprint on how to slow the Galaxy down. That was his thoughts on first half. But Colorado and nobody else has a plan for Gabriel MV Peck.
Hell yeah, dude, they don't have the gas to keep up. That's one of the things that I've noticed, man. The first half, yeah, we're kind of a bad team the first half, but you know what? The second half, when cuando le meten sexta, like fuck, dude. Yeah, like they can't keep up. The other team just gasses out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because you said it there. They gas out. Everyone's running on gas, and Gabriel Peck's on jet fuel, bro.
Hell yeah, man. Oh, that man, that guy. I mean, once he got married, it just kind of went downhill, and now it's back up, bro. He's back up.
Dude, no, that guy took a little while to get adjusted, and he hasn't looked back since. Enjoy him while we can, because I think there's gonna be a lot of inquiries on Gabriel Peck, and
Oh,
I hate to say it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's out sooner than later if the price is right.
oh, the Galaxy's gonna make a good amount of money out of Peck.
Yeah, yeah. I just hope he loves it here, and his wife loves it here. That's usually the case, and and they stay here for a long time.
Dude, look, no lie, Gabriel Peck looks like everybody else that would live in LA. Like honestly, like I've told you this before, there's very few players that if you see on the street, you know who they are, or any random person, right? There were very few players that you see them and you know that's a soccer player. Gabriel Peck, he kind of looks like everybody else. If he lives somewhere in somewhere by the beach, you just think that's a guy that lives around here, right? He's I would hope that they love it here and that he wants to stay, but the money that the Galaxy can pay for that player is probably not going to be the same that Europe or somewhere else are going to want to pay for that player. So yeah, we don't have him for long, but
Yeah,
yeah.
but they'll make a pretty penny, and I think with the front office, if we lose Gabriel Peck and they make good money, I wouldn't be too worried about the next move they make, right? Because the next guy is going to be just as great, if not better, because now it's profit, right? So now they have more money to play with.
Yep.
All right, Chewy. So Gabriel Pekic basically spearheaded this team into the attack. He opens up the account with through ball from Mark Delgado, and that finish, dude. That finish. I heard another podcast. I can't remember who said it. Who was it that said it? That he didn't hit that ball right and it still went in. I think he hit it like that on purpose. I seen this guy enough, and the way he the way he finishes, and the way he places the ball, and the confidence he has, that I want to say that that finish was on purpose. The way he struck it, because maybe Zach Steffen is no chump. He's a great goalie. He just got recalled up to the national team. He spent some time out in the Premier League. So for all we know, Stefan did his homework on Peck, and Peck saw the way Stefan came out and hit it the way he did with his right. So yeah, I'm gonna give Peck his credit, and I'm gonna say he didn't whiff that ball. It was meant to be hit the way he hit it.
That is true, dude. I'll give you that. I don't know. The way he hit that ball is weird. The momentum that he was going forward kept the ball going, in an angle forward. I don't know. It's a weird ass ball that he hit. I don't know how to explain it. But hey, the one good thing is Painsil was right there just in case that angle didn't go through, because that angle could have gone a little bit too far. It
I
didn't,
mean,
but it could
I,
have.
I mean, given Painsil's form, that would have got to him. Would he have scored?
Yeah,
uh,
I think so. I think so.
and then after that, it was just total dominance for the Galaxy. It wasn't like a question of if we were going to score again, but when and how many, because we were just on them and on them and on them. And man, again, Peck leads the way and plays the ball to Ricky, and great finish by Ricky too. Curled it around again. Stefan ain't no chump, so to curl it around someone like Stefan, kudos to Ricky. And then Miguel Berry, the Iceman, bro, Sam Berry comes in, uses that speed to uses that lightning speed to break free from a ball that started from Gabriel Peck, and Barry does the best thing possible, which was get it off his feet and give it
Yeah,
to Ricky.
pass it, pass it.
Pass it, so Ricky could finish, the second goal for his second goal of the night, and then give us the 3-1 win.
Oh, dude, Ricky had Stefan's number right there, like just hitting it a little curve to the right corner. That was both goals were like that, weren't they?
Yeah,
Ricky's like
yeah.
he just couldn't get to them, and Stefan's a tall motherfucker. Like, come on, like if somebody's gonna get to those corners, it might be him,
Yeah.
and he just had his number.
Yeah, not yep, not today, Stefan. Enjoy your national team call up. But yeah, let's get to some awards. Well, I guess final thoughts on this particular game. Just wow, it gave me a little confidence. It made me definitely feel better about this team. I think defensively they looked better. No set piece goals, which is a plus, and not much to complain about. We'll get into awards now. I guess I don't even want to say it's nitpicking. I think, and I'll just go off by starting with my Geo award. Just because we've given this, we've given a lot of credit to this kid, but now we expect a lot from him, so we're gonna criticize it when it's due as well. I think Sergio had an off night. He didn't really get to the to the pace of the game. Like he got stuck in that first gear or whatever you want to call it. Like he was never able to adjust, and he's the one player that just didn't really look like he could adjust to the Colorado altitude or whatever it was. But it wasn't Sergio's night. I mean, there wasn't any like really costly mistakes, but there wasn't really much positive from Sergio.
Yeah, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I guess, dude. I mean, to me, the Geo is gonna be Jovic.
Oof.
He just didn't do anything for me. Like, yeah, you could say like he worked a little bit on, but you're the main guy, right? Like you're the front guy. You're what the hell happened? It's like, yeah, I'm 100% with you on City U, and that's a pick that I would have gone to with too. But right behind Cedillo is to me is Jovic. It's like you didn't do much, and like yeah, you did a great fucking pass to Peck. Um, uh, what's it called to get it to Ricky and stuff, but yeah, and probably the whole thing doesn't happen without you doing that. But at the same time, like, bro, you didn't do much throughout the match.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I can't argue with that one either. But like Spenny used to say, this is his game, right? And still sounds crazy even when I say it out loud. But I think there's room for improvement in the striker position still, despite him hitting double digits in goals. Because we'll talk about it in the next game, and before that he disappears for long times in my opinion. Again, this is just our little humble podcast where I come in and give my opinion, but in my opinion I think there's still room for improvement in that striker position, and I don't know if it is going to be Dejan Jovic. But anyways, next award, the You Got Heart Man. So I was kind of thinking between two, right? It's gonna be it's for me it's number one and number two in this game, right? And I don't think there's a wrong order, but I'm just a hater, so I'm gonna put Ricky Puig as a You Got Heart Man. Ricky Puig with the two goals, and obviously it's deserved for that reason, right? When you win 3-1 and you have two of those goals, and then I'll talk about why in a minute he doesn't get the You Got Heart Man. I'm sorry, the next standing. But go ahead, Chewy. Who do you got for You Got Heart Man?
No, I am in the same boat. To me, the key is though you got hard. You got two. He scored two that night. Really, really nice goals. The same way. Um, But yes, I have another player that I just think was slightly better, and I
So so I think we're thinking the same, right?
probably
Yeah. So let's just get to it. The next standing is Miguel Berry, the lightning speed, the Iceman came in, played no, but
he he did those strides and looked
yeah,
like a horse trying to run.
hell yeah. So no, obviously here it's got to be MV Peck, right?
Big time.
MV Peck is just, dude. He's amazing, dude. He just does it all, right? He like I said, he spearheads the attack. He gets that first goal for us. He stretches out these teams. Like you cannot give him any space, dude. Any space, teams lean towards that side, and he's not a selfish player either. And Peck finds Ricky in the second goal, and then he starts to play to Miguel, and he pulls wide when Miguel's dribbling as Ricky runs down the middle. So Peck is just he's a smart player. He's a talented player. He's an MVP player. If he sticks around next season, he's got to be at least in the conversation because obviously it's a league with Messi. That's always going to be hard. Uh, he's got to be a candidate for MVP next year.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think, man, he should be on that running for rookie.
Oh, newcomer, you mean?
Yeah, same shit.
Rookie of the year. But somebody, I think it was Kevin Baxter brought up a good point, right? Like why especially the stupid news about like they changing the criteria to win MVP. I mean, these dudes are not even hiding. Don Garver's not even
Oh
hiding.
no, you know what? Messi's super expensive, right? Like he's making so much money and is gonna continue making money out of Apple, out of MLS. Like
Yeah,
doesn't matter. This dude is gonna win everything, and I hope they just don't win MLS Cup.
yeah. No, I hope
But
you do.
oh yeah, I'm rooting for us 100%. I just don't. That team is basically gonna win everything that they're put to to win.
Mhm.
And I mean, if they have the talent still, if those guys are fucking kind of old, and if they can still play in this league, man, and they can win, I mean, shit, they kind of
Do
deserve
you
that.
think? Well, do you think that's a bad look on the league though?
No, you know why? No, because because look at Galaxy. We have young players. We have young international players that are killing it, right?
Mhm.
But you also have fucking Messi, bro. Like you can't uh, like nobody can just disregard Messi. Like you can't.
No, you can't.
It is the name, right? It is that pedigree. It is that
Yeah.
legacy that he has. Like he can be 60 years old and teams are gonna pay to have him.
Yeah. I'll I'll play devil's advocate here, Chewy. So everyone, including myself, when we read that, like they're changing the criteria, we're like, come on, dude, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Just say you want to give it
Yeah,
to
straight up.
Messi, right? But devil's advocate again, right? It's a young league. We love the MLS, and what helps is like the exposure. So being able to put out the headline, Messi wins, which you gotta love, the Landon Donovan MVP award, MLS MVP award. It draws more attention to the league. So I get that part, and I mean it's not like, yes, it is definitely given given to him, but you cannot say that he hasn't put up the numbers either. I mean, what he's doing it's phenomenal too. I forgot he's like has a hand in how many goals, but uh, it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, 17
And
goals, 15 assists.
yeah,
Come on, dude. Like,
yeah,
come on.
there you go. Right, and then he's played like not even half the season. That's pretty wild. So it's not like he's not putting up the numbers. So there's that part too. It's just that the fact that you changing the criteria, it's like it's kind of
Yeah,
like
if they would just come out and say straight up, hey, this guy's getting everything
yeah,
this year. All right.
yeah,
I mean, who's going to bat an eye and be like, nah, he
yeah,
can't? Like, no, I mean, the only thing he's not getting this year is basically Golden Boot,
yeah.
right? But besides that, like, come on, dude.
So MV Peck, right? For next standing.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's get to this super chat here from Adam. $5 from Adam. Adam, thank you so much for tuning in. At least you showed up, not like the other Nag boys. Uh, do you guys think the team below us will lose in Vancouver on Sunday? Well, we don't want to score watch, and it'd be nice to go into Houston not having to worry about anything, right? But if this team was gonna lose a game, it would be that one because they close out against San Jose at home, and we'll talk a little bit about that after the next game. Should we try to remind me here to circle back to his question and scenarios and everything, the way things can go and why we need that draw. Most likely going to need that draw in Houston, which is never a comfortable situation.
Yep.
All right, cool. So again, part 2 now. So Chewy, can you put a little bookmark or something so in case people don't want to hear the last all right, so let's do this again. Welcome to News Across the Galaxy. We'll talk all things LA Galaxy. My name is Eddie. Now we've reached the second part of our podcast. So the Galaxy took on Austin FC last night at the Dignity Health Sports Park on Fan Appreciation Night. And there was a giveaway. Dia de los Muertos. I think I actually have it out here.
There was 2 giveaways.
Yeah, it was 2 giveaways. But it was all Dia de los Muertos theme. Sorry for the free show.
Freak show, you mean?
So there you go. The Dia de los Muertos bobblehead. Pretty cool little guy here. Well, sorry, my lighting is not very helpful. And then the Vamos Galaxy scarf. I really like the scarf, dude. I really like the scarf. Not to knock the bobblehead, but the detail on the jersey. Oh,
I don't know, dude. I didn't get either.
I'm sorry, bro. Not really, because I got
Nah.
mine. I gotta go fuck.
Yeah, it's all right. I could have gone in early. I could have gone in as soon as I got there, but I decided to join the festivities.
So Nelson Enrique says, "Are they able to buy, or is it just that one night?" It was just that one night, but
It was 5,000 and 5,000. So.
Yeah, and we went in early, and I didn't send you guys pictures, but I was chatting with our NAG chat, and sounding like it was super packed. It was like people were waiting, and yeah, we had to fight some old lady and take our bobbleheads, and I might not be allowed in the digs ever again, but that's a different story. No, it's totally kidding. No, it was a madhouse. It was a madhouse, and they also did the release for Sworn to Us, and it was packed. The lines for the store were packed early on too. Somebody posted a video before the game outside, and it sucks. I didn't know I knew about the drop, but I didn't know they were selling outside. And I think they opened at 3 for that drop outside. But once I got outside, the line was super packed. I had already waited for the bobblehead. And then I actually enjoyed the restaurant upstairs, which I had never done. It's really good. By the way, if you've never done that, check it out. And yeah, by the time I got in, I didn't go into the store until after the game, to be quite honest. I wanted the shirt with all the rings in the back, but it was sold out. Like, not a single size. They had nothing.
Jeez.
Yeah, but if you guys didn't get a chance to get it either, the Sworn to Us collection online should be out next week. I think I read that somewhere. I'll be looking out for it. Those guys are local. I met them a while back at a convention in one of my business journeys, I guess. So they're really cool people, local guys. They make cool stuff. So make sure to look out for that, because I definitely will be. Anything else I'm missing as far as housekeeping, Chewy?
No.
I mean, it was Fan Appreciation Night, boys. Did you go to the tailgate area? Anything happening there?
That was the tailgate areas. There was a lot of food, a lot of dancing, a lot of drinks. It was cool.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, nothing too out of the ordinary. Just basically the same as almost every weekend or every home game. One of the things, that I do gotta say, I mean, it's fan appreciation, but does it really feel like fan appreciation?
Nah.
Like, what are they doing to appreciate the fans besides calling it fan appreciation?
I'll tell you one thing, and if there's anybody that has uh, been going for a very long time, like this is year number 17 for me as far as season ticket member goes, and fan appreciation night. It's funny because I was in the corner of the galaxy, and they're like they try to pull up the record of like, and they couldn't figure out when fan appreciation night started, and like, and I think they only went back like 5, 7 years. I don't remember exactly how long, but I remember. Sure, you want to just put in perspective how old fan appreciation night is.
Go for it.
All right, so back then during the game, they used to announce a lot of. They gave like dope prizes. They used to announce seats. Like if you're in seat blah 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 blah, you won this, and it was like throughout the game, right? And there was like people walking around. They would give you stuff, and then they had like vendors and parties outside. Like there was like soccer fest, because there was also wasn't the gate before, like with the tailgate area, so that was different too. So how long has it been going on? So I used to sit on the side. My first year as a season ticket member was in the sidelines, not the platinum side, but the opposite side, where the VAR screen is basically now. And there used to be a couple that sat next to us, and the lady she told us before the game. I'm gonna win tonight. This was our second year because she was already familiar, and we were already familiar with fan appreciation night. She's like, "I'm gonna win tonight. I'm gonna win a prize tonight." And you're like, we're laughing. We had gotten to know them at this point, and all of a sudden, uh, the next winner is seat, whatever, and it's her. We're like, "Oh shit!" And then here you go, Chewy. You're the winner of a brand new free Zoom player.
Oh, what the hell? Nice.
She won a Zoom player.
That's freaking cool, dude.
Yeah, that's how long ago it was, and that's not a cheap prize.
Nah, they were not cheap. Any MP3 player was not cheap.
Yeah.
That was like Microsoft or Apple.
So that's how long ago it used to happen, and that's the kind of stuff they used to do. They used to give away a lot more. It was, it was a little better. I mean, you got to see, and the front office is doing great things. They are doing great things for fans, but we could definitely say, and Chewy's experienced it too. Some of the benefits, have
Oh, a lot of
hadn't been
stuff.
as great.
Yeah, man. When I started season tickets, remember we had the point system.
Yeah.
Like every time you went to a
Oh
game,
yeah.
you got points, and then you were able to like canjearlos for stuff.
That's how I got this. And when they were getting rid of them, they made me use all my points, and there was
Yeah,
nothing left. I
there
was
was a
safe.
chanclas and a bunch of
Yeah.
little lockers and like bobbleheads and just random stuff, right? That was pretty cool, right? Um, I remember going to a couple of events where you could go down to the what's it called to the field,
Oh yeah.
and
The tours. They took us to the garden and all that. I didn't even know existed.
yeah, when they did the tours were like all the everything, right? Like the whole
Yeah.
stadium, which is really nice. What else? For Christmas or right before Christmas, I don't know if you remember, we went to go do a Santa thing, and like we made our
Oh,
own Christmas hats and like go
you know,
down to.
you know what that was? That
I
was
don't
cool.
remember.
That was the MLS Cup watch party for. Well, obviously we weren't in it, and they
I
let
don't
you on
know.
the. Yeah, they let you on the field because we made that skit that night.
Yeah,
The
with
Skippy.
Skippy. Yeah, with
Yeah,
Skippy.
yeah. So it was that. Um, but yeah, man, it's changed, and one of the biggest things I missed that was dope, and Edgar experienced the downgrade firsthand. I didn't get to see it. I didn't go because I wasn't interested. That's how. I don't want to use this word lame because maybe it was cool for some people, but for me it seemed kind of lame in comparison. The Jersey launch parties,
Oh, okay, yeah, they were dope.
they were dope. They used
They
to run
were
out
dope.
the Novo or the Nokia. I think it changed in between years, and they used to throw a party, and that was
Yeah,
awesome.
that was our second intro video.
Yeah.
Yeah, our
So
second intro video is in one of the launch parties.
yeah. I don't even know
And
how we got to this topic, but let's maybe we're
well,
sidetracking a lot.
well, hold on. At least what I will say is that this event, the carnival,
Uh-huh.
that carnival event, I thought it was dope. Like
Yeah.
I would prefer Galaxy do stuff at the digs.
Hmm.
then go find a place to do something. Like the aquarium was cool because I never been to the aquarium, so I was like, all right, that's kind of cool because I've never been there. But most people in California have been to the aquarium, the Long Beach Aquarium, like a
Yeah.
shitload of times in their life, right? Um, the what is it? The movie thing that they didn't show a movie.
I didn't go to that either.
I didn't go to that one. When I was told that there was no movie, that
Yeah,
was it. Like no.
but that's the thing though. They're like they're not attractive. Like these events, they don't attract. I guess like we're a little spoiled maybe because to another event. I mean, now it's impossible with the Oktoberfest event. It was just fun.
It was fun, dude.
It was so much fun, dude. And it's not even like there was families. I think Diego didn't have his kid yet, but like it was just a vibe. And I think also that like events like that help for other fans to meet other fans.
Mhm.
You know, it's not like and we're not trying to knock it because maybe like with the carnival stuff, it seems to be heading back in the right direction. But like the carnival and the theater and all that, most of your time you spend it in a line,
Mhm.
right? Things like the launch party when it was at the Noble and Oktoberfest, there's people just vibing and walking around, and it was
Yeah, you taking pictures with the players, right?
yeah.
Like, I think they're going in the right direction.
Mhm.
I think the fact that we have this carnival event, right, is good. Now that they make it better, that's where I hope they keep making it better, right? And
Mhm.
look, one of the things that I hope that they continue doing, like if they do an Oktoberfest, hey, they have the money to probably have a contract or something for one day for those people that do the chicken dance and do all that stuff. Hey, come to the digs, like do it at the digs. We don't have to go anywhere else, man. Rent those huge ass tables.
No, do it in the parking lot, bro. Put a tent up like a quinceañera and
Yeah,
shit, you know?
you, dude. Yes, like honestly, I would prefer to always go to the digs and like have events there than going somewhere else and have to figure out parking, have to figure out traffic, have to figure out all these other things where the digs is huge. You can do stuff there. You can do stuff at the parking lot.
Yeah. I got a
They, bro.
I got a solution, you know, to just launch us in the right direction, Chewy. Now hear me out, Chewy. You ready?
Hmm.
Book Daft Punk and just let us party on the field. What's a what's a couple tens of millions of dollars?
For AG, nothing.
Right? And
You know
hey,
what? If they don't wanna pay the pay the Daft Punk tax,
uh,
just call them by their real names, and people will never know until
yeah,
they show up.
well, no.
That's why I said it that way.
Or here you go. You know, MLS Cup, we make it, we host it, do a pre match event with Kendrick. You know that way, since we sing they
Oof,
don't like us when they scored. There it is, bro.
oof.
Oh my god, I don't even know how we got here, Chewy. But we keep it going. Another super chat, Adam, $5 super chat. Ted Uncle does not know how to control a game. Dislike Ted Uncle refereeing games. I'm not sure if I'm the only one who thinks like this. I think it's depends who you ask, right? I do like the way he refs, but I see what you're saying because I personally don't like refs that call everything. Like I hate like a lot of stopping and going. You know, this is one reason like when I was younger, it was harder for me to get into football, baseball, that because I just like am so used to like I just want it to the game to keep flowing, and refs that call everything, it's like But Ted Uncle does let a lot play, but you know what? No, I'm gonna actually disagree because despite that, and shout out to my friend RJ, who brought yellow cards. We kept flashing these big yellow cards, right? Because despite him letting him play when it was necessary, I think Ted Uncle gave quite a few yellow cards, if I'm not mistaken. I'll look it up in the meanwhile. But any complaints about the ref, Chewy?
Not on my part. Um, no, I just think a couple of things did kind of go a little bit out of hand, but you know what? That's also part of the players, right? Like
Yeah.
you can't like the referee can only do so much, and yeah, like people want to say like he's letting things get out of hand. But if you want to not let things get out of hand, you start busting out yellows and reds, right? But eventually, players are going to do what they want to a
Yeah.
certain extent. So,
All right. True. There was a game. Let's start talking about it.
Q.
So true, there was. So now, going into this game, and this is a very common thing with me, and I don't know if I'm sure a lot of people feel this way when the games feel too sure, like we're definitely gonna win this game. I start getting a little uncomfortable. I'm like, oh man, like this is for sure in the bag. Like, oh no, there's a trap game. Right away that comes to my head right away. And then it didn't help. You know, and this is something we'll talk about at the end of the pod. Towards the end of the pod is LAFC won their game 3-0, and we knew that beforehand. So I was like, oh shit, these guys made up a lot of goal differential. So now like there's a little more pressure on this team. And then I don't even know like if this went through the team's head, but I'm like I feel like I was ready to have a panic attack or an anxiety attack thinking about it. Like, oh no, yeah, no, this is the last home game of the regular season. We can go undefeated at home. Are we gonna do it? Oh no, this is an easy team. LAFC won 3-0. We need to win this game because the next game is in Houston. Oh crap, So I think at first I was comfortable, like we're definitely gonna win this game. But as the day got closer and then we saw the results, whew. But anyways, Chewy.
No, man, you're right. And we were talking about this earlier, right? Like before we got on, where it's like this being anxious is starting to kick in, right? Because Galaxy putting themselves in first place and basically the way that they've been playing um, has kind of put us in a mood of, oh man, we got this. Like halfway in the season, people were saying we're back, and we didn't want to put ourselves in that thought
Mhm.
mentality of yes, we're back, right? We just didn't want to be too happy because we know this team can go downhill real fast, right? So I didn't want to put myself in that spot where I was too happy with this team, and then I was gonna get my freaking feelings hurt again like every other season. So I held on to okay, let's keep seeing how this team goes. They're in a good spot. They're going up and up, but I don't think we're back.
Yeah.
And now the fact that we're in first and we just need one more point to solidify us in first is like god damn it, man. I'm trying not to get emotional with this team, and then this team comes and starts doing really really good. So jeez, dude,
Chewy's just like me, dude. We don't have another heartbreak in us, bro. I don't know if we'll come back.
oh man, it's hard, bro. It's hard. Like it's just you know what? Look, if we don't make it in first, I'm not gonna be mad about it,
Yeah.
right? But it's one of those that the team has put me up there to wanna get it. So I understand. But at
Yeah.
the same time, right? We're in playoffs. We're there. The fact that this year there's no first game bye is changing a lot of things, right? So it's okay. We're in playoffs. We're either first or second. It's fine. I'm okay.
Yeah. We get to go to another game at least.
Yeah, yeah. We get
Uh,
another home game.
one thing about
$22.
so one more thing as far as the housekeeping goes, because this happened after this game, and I question this. I honestly question this, Chewy. I want to see the numbers. So last night, attendance 26,135. Galaxy fans have now set a record for regular season average attended record since 1996. I don't know. We went through the Beckham year. You know what I mean? That stadium was packed every fucking game. They would set up the corner stands. They
Yeah.
would they would fill the berm like every game. I don't even feel. And then this wasn't even like a sold out Rose Bowl game, right? So or not a sold out, not as packed Rose Bowl game, I should say. So I question this, Chewy. I want to see these numbers.
So one of the things that Spenny pointed out is that they were saying the average attendance.
Mhm.
right? That number that they posted, the 26,135, it was for average attendance throughout the
Mhm.
season, not that game, which I thought they meant that game. So I was wrong about that.
Mm.
But what's it called?
Still question it.
Oh yeah, dude,
Because it's
I
just my
still question it.
opinion.
No, I still question it too because what is it? Oh, man, let me see if I can pull it up. The regular seating is a certain number, and then you start adding when you open the berm, right? And
Yeah,
when
it's
you open
25.
the
It's
empties
25
of the five.
something, right? It's like 25 and change.
Yeah, I don't remember. I was trying to pull that up.
So 100% they're counting the Rose Bowl, and then
Oh
number
yeah,
two is uh 25 is like capacity, right? Because I guess they call it capacity, and then over capacity is when they do the berm and all that.
yeah,
So somebody bring us the numbers.
yeah. Because I'm not 100%. I was trying to find it. I thought it was gonna be easier to find. It is not.
It's all good. It's
So
all
yeah,
good.
27 is the regular capacity.
But either way, we did it. Fuck it. We're all here just like questioning it. But yeah, you know what? Good
No,
shit, man.
you know what? Probably yeah. 27 is main stadium seating.
Okay.
So I yeah, 26 sounds about okay, right? 26 does it's not over the regular seating, but again, look, Galaxy likes playing with words, right? Because we know a lot of the times there's more tickets that are sold than the people that actually go, or more tickets not just that are sold but that are given or whatever, right?
Mhm.
It happens. People sometimes you just don't make it to the games, or the revendedores aren't able to sell the tickets, so you know they're already sold. They're just people aren't going because the resellers didn't get to sell that resale ticket, but it's already sold technically, right?
Mhm.
So hey, I mean, it happens, and I'm pretty sure Galaxy will never this will never let us know how many people actually walked in,
Mhm.
but they will say how many tickets were probably sold or how many tickets were distributed. There we go. That's the right word. How many tickets were distributed?
True, we still haven't gotten to the game.
Oh, there's a game.
Or we're just being haters, you know. Again, all feelings, no facts, baby. Just like the attendance record they put out. Spenny sent in pregame. He did text a group saying that we need a shutout, and to witness a complete game, must see a better first half. Did that happen? First, let's get into the lineup, and then I'll ask you again, Chewy. So, they came up with the following lineup. They came in with McCarthy in goal, Nelson at left, Yoshida and Garces at center backs. The new looks like starting pairing. Nothing wrong. No, I'm mad at that. Yamane outright. Lars Player of the Year. Yamane outright. Brugman and Delgado starting at the CDMs. Ricky Puch at the number 10. Painsel out left. Gabriel Peck outright. And Dejan Joveljic playing on top. Triaso saw this lineup. You already know how you're feeling. Anxious now that you know who's starting. Does your anxiety go to the roof, or do you feel you're more calm now?
I, no, I'm calm with the lineup. The only thing I didn't like is Cedillo not starting,
Yep.
and I feel that was just a regaño from the Colorado game.
Yeah.
That's how I feel, right? But to me, Cedillo's a starter. Even if you have one bad game or you have some games that you're probably not 100%, that doesn't take away from starting position. Like to
Right.
me, Cedillo's the starter.
And obviously, Vanny's sitting there, and we're sitting here. But I think it's kind of harsh, right? Like everything he's done, and we're talking about one game.
Yeah, I
Right?
don't feel that was the. I mean, I don't feel that was the right call, but at the end of the day, yeah, Vanny's the guy that's behind there. He's the one that knows how the players are going day by day, and it just could have been the Cedillo. You know what? We know the Galaxy doesn't like to say anything when people get somewhat hurt. If we don't see it, they will never tell us.
Mm-hmm.
And if Cedillo was probably not feeling 100%, that could have been the call. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
We will never know. But
We'll,
it's weird that Cedillo didn't start.
we'll never know. So the game kicked off. Wah, 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 wah. Oh wait, I can do that. So then the game kicked off, and you know what? It wasn't. I think actually, I'll take it back. I was gonna say it wasn't a bad start. It wasn't a bad start because they won't be highlighted. but I feel like they found a lot of space. Like Austin, in my opinion, I don't watch a lot of Austin soccer. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, but they were a lot pacier than I thought they were. I feel on, I think it was Nelson's side. Let me double check here. Yeah, it was Nelson's side. This guy was kind of just, beating him, and there was a lot of cleaning up from Garces. This kid has wheels, and that's why you don't see highlights because he sprints into position where he stops these plays before they become dangerous. And I think that we made Garces made a lot of last gasp stops and saves. So that was just in the beginning a little bit. So the start was a little slow. I don't know if that has to do with the Delgado and Brugman start because then that definitely does change the pace of the game for the middle. Right? Neither of these guys are going to match what Cerillo can do. Cerillo touches every blade of grass, but the start was a little slow. I don't know if you noticed that too, Chewy, that there was a couple plays in the beginning where Garces had to cover some ground.
Yeah, I did, uh, and again that middle. I think that middle. No, I'm not saying that it hurt him, but it made him play like at least 1.5 times harder because I felt that middle was just letting Garces down. Um, but man, you could see that guy's a workhorse, dude. That guy was, like I say, he's putting in work, and I don't mind them starting this rest of the rest of the season and the rest of the playoffs. Like every game following, he needs to start.
Yeah.
I don't think there's no player that is gonna take that position away. Not right now
I
at
mean,
all.
like literally the only person that could take that position away is himself, right? He starts fucking
Yep.
up. But right now that he's definitely our starter. Uh, but besides that, I feel like we were dominant. Peck, MV Peck was just finding his space, creating his own spaces, running that wing.
Our mistakes, Galaxy mistakes.
But man, what's going on with Paintsell, bro? And that miss, a beautiful play by the way. Peck, you know, gives a beautiful driven cross on the ground. Dayon recognizes that Paintsell's in a better position, so he dummies it, and Paintsell just needs to tap it in, and the guy just man, that was hard. That hurt. This
Look,
guy
yeah, yeah.
and my good or like I like to call him my hetero LA Galaxy life partner David. Shout out Godino Art. He's been on the um on the Paintsville is a bus train for a while, but for context, it's like you see his numbers, but you also have to see the numbers we gave to get him, the transfer fee and what we're paying him, and the performance he's giving. I can see the argument. I'm not ready to call him a bust, but David is someone I've known for a very long time. He's actually the person I got my first season ticket with, so I know he watches these games closely, and I wouldn't totally disregard. So knowing that he feels that way, I feel there's definitely other fans, maybe not people that listen to our pod, but other fans that probably feel the same way that it's starting to feel like it might be a bust. You really do have to think about the numbers that we gave up for him as well.
Yeah, dude. And I feel that if that shot would have been blocked,
Hmm.
we wouldn't be having this harsh of a conversation, right? Because I feel that if that would have been blocked, you would have been like, God damn it, you should have shot it probably a different way or whatever, right? But the goal, you got to give it to the goalkeeper sometimes, right? Like, hey, he just got it right. The goalkeeper jumped the right way and he got it. Hey, but no, you just fucked it up, bro. Like, you hit the crossbar. That's not good. Like that thing went back up in the air, and it's like, bro, you were literally open. You're 1-on-1 with a keeper. You had enough time to set your shot.
Yeah, could have stopped it. You had a lot of time. You could have done. It was almost one of those things where it was harder to miss.
Yeah, because the only defender that he had fell to the ground or like tried to block the ball, and that's it. Like you got nobody else. You got time. You got space, and you got time,
Yeah.
and it just didn't go his way.
But by the way, I want to go back to Nelson Henriquez question about the bobblehead. Hey man, if there's enough money, I'll. This is Edgar's. I'll give this away. Edgar should have showed up, bro. So, if the price is right, I'll send it or I'll break it here live on Nag. Oh my god. Anyways, I'm just kidding, Edgar. I'm not gonna give it to you. So again, there's also the argument to be had about, in my opinion, about Dejan too, because then Brian like made the stupid like, we need a better striker. Yeah, we do. I still think we do. Again, we talked about how he's disappeared. Yes, great performance against LAFC, but then he was quiet for a few games. He missed the sitter in this first half as well, right? We were talking about earlier how this game should have been over. Should have been over early on. You put those two away, then we roll over this team in the second half. But these misses are not excusable. So to answer Brian's question here live, yeah, we could. There's still, and I said it earlier, we could still upgrade for a consistent striker. Because I don't want to say Dejan's a bad striker, but he's not consistent enough for me. And he's getting fed great balls. There's no excuse like previous years where he's not getting fed or people aren't looking for him. He's just not converting a lot of these, and he's not showing up day in, day out. Day in, day out. Got it. No, you agree, Chewy? You think I'm crazy?
No. You know what? I've had the argument a long time ago, since the time when Chicho was here, right? Like Dejan wants to be that guy, but he's not showing that he's gonna be that guy. And you know what? And it's fine if you want to be the striker that just puts him in inside the box, but you got to be consistent in doing that all the time, right? And that's not Dejan. He has his moments of brightness, but that's the thing. It's only moments, right? And
Mm.
at his age, I feel that type of player shouldn't have moments. And I'll compare him a little bit to Chicha, right? Chicha created his moments in when he was in Europe, right? Um, like my best freaking goal for Chicha is his auto pass to his face.
You're stupid.
What? You're telling me that wasn't a great goal?
No, it was terrible.
It was awesome.
He missed
Who
it.
else?
He missed it really bad, and so bad that it hit his own face and it went in.
And exactly. Who else has those type of highlights, man?
Oh my god! Nah,
How
I
many
agree. I
people
agree
have?
with you that one.
He made a goal with his junk. He missed the ball and it hit his, it hit him and it went in. Like, come on, man. How many players have those type of freaking like videos? But like Dejan, Dejan isn't there, right? Like your age you should be moving a lot more. You should be having the ball a lot more. Like you should be. I feel that he should be doing a lot more. Um, you don't get to be the striker that just gets fed so early on in your career.
Yeah.
You have so much more to give.
Hey, we'll see if it's here. But talking about moments, you know who had a moment in the first half? Gabriel
Gabriel.
Pekic. MV Peck, bro. MV Peck is just damn that's my favorite goal this season from him. That solo run, just took the guy in, turned him inside out, and then the finish, dude. Damn, Peck. Well, I mean, what else could I say about this guy? Yeah, he somebody gets listed for the assist. Oh, Ricky gets the assist. It's not even a knock on Ricky, but this is like the everyone does the group project and you just put your name on it, right? This was created for by Peck, on his
Oh
own. This
yeah,
was all Peck.
yeah. I feel there has to be a certain number of touches after you get the ball for an assist to count, right? Like, come on, if the goalkeeper passes to a defender, the defender goes all the way and scores. Hey, the goalkeeper got an assist. It's
Yeah.
like, come on, bro. Like, no. It doesn't. It shouldn't work like that, but that's how it works, right?
Hmm.
But yeah, that's 100%. That's 100% big. That's you know Ricky just gave him the ball. Good ball, by the way. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
that
no.
part
Again, it's
doesn't
not
count.
even. We're not. The point is, we're not taking away, from that. It's just that
That's
it
not an
was all
assist.
him. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
all
not an
him,
assist.
dude. Oh my god. So that allows us to breathe a little bit. Now we're like, okay, cool. It went in. The floodgate should be open, right? We go into halftime. We get to see the DJ. Chewy's a little more intoxicated now. The night is going good,
Hell
right?
yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, man.
It's awesome.
By the way, Brian brings up in the first half highlights solid on set plays. John the Rock Nelson is impeccable, and he capitalized Peck.
He's solid. He's
Yeah,
solid. I can't give him more than solid, but he's just solid. Like
yeah,
I'm okay with
like
it. I'm 100% okay with it. Yeah.
solid, like a rock. Fool.
Yeah.
Hence, John the Rock Nelson. Come on, get
Yeah,
it
but
together.
I can't give Nelson impeccable.
No, no,
No,
no,
no,
not impeccable. Not
I
yet.
can't give him that. Nope.
No. Uh, so going to the second half, we feel good, right? Too. We're gonna roll over this team, right? That's how we're feeling.
Not really, bro.
No,
I honestly would have expected at least a 3-0 by now.
no,
By
but
halftime.
I know, but you didn't feel that we were gonna go in there now.
Oh,
And
I 100%. Well, the win was there, but we should have destroyed this team. That's why I'm not like too happy about it because we should have been destroying this team, and
Mhm.
we could see that we should have been destroying this team. We should have been 3-0 by half. There's no reason why we shouldn't.
No, I hope Painter gets that message. So so the second half, yeah, no, I thought we were gonna roll over them, and I thought, like, yeah, here it goes. Say we're a second half team. Austin is not a good team, so here come 3-4 goals in the second half, like we've been doing all season. But it was not pretty. That second half was not pretty at all. It was scrappy. It was chippy. Whatever the term you like to use. Uh, it wasn't pretty football, and I don't want to use the 2000s joke because I don't even think it was that. I just think it was really physical and with Ted Uncle, I think there was a lot of calls, actually for being him, and it made the game, I guess, challenging for the Galaxy. And it's also like you're playing. It's a wounded animal, right? You're playing a team with nothing to lose, and then they're probably just like frustrated, and then they know their season's over, and that's where some of this could have came from. You saw, well, actually, no. It's funny because we started it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That Mark Delgado tackle. I get it. It's like you do the professional foul to stop a breakaway at times, but I don't think there was really any danger that was going to come off that play. Mark Delgado did a reckless tackle, in my opinion, and I think he's a little lucky. It wasn't malicious, I guess. It didn't look like he really
I
like went
feel
straight
I
up
feel
for
that
him,
should
but
have been a yellow.
he did get yellow. But I mean,
Oh, he
I
did.
think,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay. I didn't notice or I didn't see if he did or didn't.
sweep the legs, Johnny. That's what it kind of felt like. But
I mean, it was a foul, to basically stop the play, right? It, that's kind of what sometimes what you have to do. I didn't. Yeah, I also didn't feel it was malicious intent. He didn't go for the like for an injury, right? He didn't go in maliciously. It's a football play foul,
mhm,
right? But yes, it looked kind of ugly though.
it did. And then that started. Que se vengan los putazos.
Oh, dude.
That was an interesting scene, huh? Like, and just everybody, even Mikovic is like, finally, I get to get on the field.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, dude. No, but you kind of you like to see that, you like to see the team
Yeah, a little
energy.
bit of fire like that. Yeah, I'm good. It's cool.
There's another super chat here from Adam. I forgot to bring this up. What do you guys think of the VAR overturning a call? So there was a potential penalty foul on Dejan Joveljic. I didn't see it live, but when I saw the replay, I think it's a right no call. I don't even think
Yeah.
I don't even think it's that hard to. I mean, it sucks. It sucks, but I would want a penalty. I mean, who even cares, right? We might have missed it. The
Right, and
Galaxy.
yeah, and I feel once I saw the replay, it's like, uh, Joe Village, you tried to sell it,
Yeah.
but on the replay you could tell that you put your foot in there, like you were truly trying to sell that foul. So, hey man, this is why VAR is there, right? And I'm okay with it even if it goes against my team. This is the whole point of VAR.
Yep.
And if it works the right way, I'm okay with it. I'm happy with it because that's the whole point of it.
VAR did its job.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, he did his job against us. But yeah, I would have loved the free goal. There's no guarantee we would have made it, especially this Galaxy team. But yeah, I think it's the right no call. So yeah, I'll take it. But anyways, back to the putazos. Interesting scene, man. Interesting scene in that fight.
Wait, which
Obviously,
one? The end of the game?
no, the first one
Oh, the first one. Okay.
because there's something that's kind of important in this, right? Very strange, I think, and this is gonna come into play twice. So the first incident is I thought cameras were always rolling, right? When shit happens, or even if they're not, they are always rolling because when they do VAR, they have multiple angles, right? So I'm
And
assuming
they get to access the security cameras too if they
still.
were to need to.
Oh, I don't. I mean, we don't have to go that far, but my point is the Johnny Nelson thing, like all of a sudden his eyebrow is like busted open, because something else happened away from the little huddle, whatever scuffle, because all of a sudden things calm down and all the players start rushing to the other end of the field because there's more putazos, and yeah, and Johnny Nelson comes out with an opening on his eyebrow, and it's kind of like, huh, the guy's bleeding. Like they didn't even. I didn't see him. Put a check his earpiece or listen to his earpiece or go look at cameras. So I found that to be very interesting. Right, guy's bleeding. That was away from the play. It does that just didn't just happen. That he doesn't have stigmata or something, bro. That he's just like gonna start fucking bleeding out of nowhere. Um, so that was interesting, in my opinion. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know
Well,
what's going on.
yeah, but you know what? One of the things that I've seen with MLS at least is they will check the play like on a Monday or Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, for the
Because
disco.
yeah, because that is a big deal, dude. Like, how can you have a player just all of a sudden start bleeding from the face
Yeah.
and you don't go and check it? And you know what? At the moment,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Ted Uncle was like, "Hey, we have no footage," or VAR, right? The VAR guy told him, "Hey,
Nah,
we have no
but
footage."
here's the thing. I went back and we specifically watched those the little fights because it wasn't clear over there. There's like no like acknowledgement of it, dude. Like at all. Like even the commentator said like, oh, they're not checking anything. They just want everything to settle down. I was like, what the fuck?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's probably something where they'll check it on Monday,
Yeah.
right? Like, don't make it a big deal right now. Let everybody come down.
Yeah.
And yes, unfortunately, somebody might have deserved the red,
Yeah.
but at this time, it's like, hey, uh, let make sure everybody comes down. Just get the game back on track, and We'll let the disco see what the hell happened,
Mm-hmm.
and whoever needs to get fined gets fined. Whoever needs to get carded gets carded. Um, but just get the game back on track because I feel that two fights or two things like this would have really gotten the game out of control
Hmm.
if you get too much stuff going on.
We'll get there.
Oh yeah.
We'll get there. But then, anyways, game resumes. Being the scrappy game it was, it kind of continued, and there wasn't much rhythm to the game in the second half. Right, it was not definitely not the second half Galaxy that we have become used to. Um, and then Austin gets one back. It felt like it was kind of out of nowhere. The cross was hit from
That goal.
Nelson's side, and I want to put that on Delgado. You know, yeah, Driussi's a great player, and Driussi can make things happen, but that's more reason why you keep your eye on him. And
Yeah.
yeah, Delgado just totally lost sight of Driussi, and that's the last guy you want walking into your penalty spot
Yep.
and
You
get
leave
a finish
Garces
like
with
that.
a 2-on-1.
Yep.
Oh yeah, dude. But I mean, one thing I'll give Jersey, which I'm happy that I seen him score against us. I've seen him score a bunch of times against us, but I'm just happy to see him score. That was a really good goal though. Just fucking, he just knocked it in, like fucking rocketed it in. I say that now because I know the outcome of the game, right? If it would have been a different story, then I would have been mad.
Yeah,
But I'm just like,
100%.
God damn, dude, like, why couldn't fucking Paintsville do something like that earlier? It's like you had a better ball than what Drusy had, and you fucked it up, right?
Did.
So,
And then comes the frustrating part, in my opinion, right? Um, Ricky plays a ball to Dayon, and Dayon way more difficult chance than he had in the first half, and out of nothing scores a banger for the game winner. Why is it frustrating, Chewy? Why is this frustrating?
I don't know why is it frustrating.
Because why doesn't he do this all the time? Why does he scuff these easy ones?
Because that's what he's looking for some reason. I don't know. I don't know, man. I would have, you know, better him than Barry.
Better him than Barry. Oh my god. I mean, we got some Barry action. But anyways, it was a great finish. It's definitely a great finish. It's just to me that becomes a little frustrating when you see him miss those easy chances and when he doesn't create for himself in other games. Like doesn't even get mentioned in other games. You know, he doesn't create any danger, and he does something like that, like something he did against LAFC. Is like he doesn't even attempt these or doesn't even get close. I don't know. That's my frustration with him and why I think we need a consistent striker.
Oh yeah, like for sure, we need a new striker. We need somebody with definitely with more consistency. We need somebody that wants it a little bit more, right? Like I don't feel that like I believe it when Jovic says that he wants to be the next thing in the Galaxy, right? Like he's the future. I believe it, but I don't see him putting in that amount of work that the future of the Galaxy needs. Um, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I believe what he says. I just don't see him doing it.
You can say a lot. People can say a lot of things, sure.
Yeah.
So Brian adds here, they've got to lose the sight of Driussi on that goal. He also deserved the red card on the yellow challenge. Love that Mikovic yellow went to defend his teammates. Show he's committed, and the coaching staff has him bought in. And then he did the stupid. We need a forward. Yeah, we do. We just answered that, right? So yeah, I think we hit everything there, and then the game. It looks like it's over, right? It's sealed. We get 12 minutes of stoppage time, which I see. Yeah, I guess yeah, it did feel like it was like 30 minutes when the fight was happening. But then in the 90, oh no, in the 102nd, I think this was the last play. We
Yeah, it
get
was either 101 or 102. Yeah.
yeah, we get that super reckless 100% red card challenge. That was a frustrated team. That's a frustrated player knowing that guy ended his season early, knowing that that's it. That's it for them this season. And the guy, I think, just wanted to take someone with him.
Yeah, dude. There's no need for that tackle. Not in that spot. There's no need for it. Like what the fuck? Like literally, that is 100% a no need foul at that point, right? And he just jumps in there and takes out Ricky, and then you take out Ricky, man. Come on, could have taken out Jovic, you could have taken out Brookman, you could have taken out a bunch of people.
What about
But
Barry?
Ricky,
It's not Barry.
Barry wouldn't have been there. He wouldn't have gone into that ball.
uh,
He would have taken out Audi again.
so here's the thing. I guess I forgot where. I think if there was a tweet or someone from Austin said that there was a punch thrown, and that's why the reaction was the way it was. Like I mentioned, we went back specifically to watch the putazos. More putazos. If you watch it, and then this is where it becomes interesting again, right? There's there's no check on anything much. It seems like there should be multiple camera angles, but we only get to see one. And one thing we noticed was that if you look closely, if you watch back and you just replay it, kind of looks like Cuevas throws a punch.
Oh shoot!
Yep. I mean, would have been smart for me to give you the heads up, Chewy, so you can have the video, but that's okay. We don't gotta do Disco's job. But yeah, if you look at it, I mean, it very well could be Chewy. It's not a clear look, but it's more like the emotion and the way the player reacts. It looks like Guevara like swings and like hits him in the back or something. I don't know. And then Zabaleta gets in front of it and gets in front of Cuevas, and Cuevas just walks away. And if you look right after that, he hits him in the back, so the guy doesn't know where who hit him. So he looks straight towards like where Zabaleta is, and that's what fires him up. He's looking straight that way. He's trying to get back to that person. So I wouldn't doubt it if there was a punch thrown. And again, and back to the whole cameras thing, it's interesting that it wasn't even discussed or anything.
Well, I'm watching the replay right now. You can't really tell if there is or there isn't, right? Like at least on the replay that.
But you see what I'm talking about?
Well, he does, yeah, because he goes and confronts Cuevas. Like you could see him jump towards Cuevas, and then Zabaleta gets in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he probably does know who did it, and I mean, if the kid did it, cool for him. I don't think he's going to see much. I don't think he's going to see much action, dude, in the playoffs. He might have seen action in the last game against Houston.
Yeah,
might. I'm just saying might, but he's not going to see any action in the playoffs.
But I think that's probably a 1 or 2 game suspension and then a fine, right? So if it's a 2 game suspension, then you're looking at 1 missed game.
Damn, I don't think Mauricio Cuevas makes that much money for a fine.
Hey, Uncle Phil, AEG got him. But yeah, so that's the way the game ended. Next play, whistle blown, and the Galaxy finished undefeated at home.
Hell yeah, dude!
Finally got my money's worth.
I can't believe it, man. I'm like, wow. We did this season amazing at home. It's hard to believe, to be honest.
That is from 1 year to the next, where we were last year, to now. It's yeah, man. I still don't believe it, and I'm still not ready to love Chewy. It is crazy to think that we're 1 point away now from
ending
having home field advantage. That's what I was trying to get the home field advantage out. I couldn't.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't think. And I want to talk about. Well, there might be the question. So let me come back to this. Something I want to mention about like championship runs and like how they're sometimes special, and why, and moments that happen. But let's do some awards first, Chewy, and then I'll go through the questions, and then we'll get back to that point, and then we'll be on our way home. We went on for an hour and a half, and literally half of that hour wasn't even. I mean, for 1/2 hour, it wasn't even talking about the game, right? We're talking about.
We talked about the Galaxy.
All we did was bitch today, Chewy.
That's okay. That's why it's nagged.
We nagged, literally. Yeah. So some awards. BJ.
I don't think there's a BJ. We won.
Is there not? Okay.
I'm the person that, to me, the BJ only when we lose.
Okay. I'll go with yours then,
Me,
Chewy.
yeah, that's
So I'll do the Geo next then, and I'm gonna scrap what I said here, and I'm not even gonna mention it. If I had to, and it's almost similar to the Cerillo situation, right? We've come to expect certain things from certain players. I think Delgado had a pretty off night, and I don't know if the tackle was uh part of his frustration. I mean, I know that was that was in the second half already, and if he felt frustrated, but I feel like that tackle was also uncharacteristic of him, and he just had for me a not so Delgado night because I'm taking also the Spenny route because I think Paintill's a very easy option here.
yeah.
Paintill's a very easy option, but I think as of late he's just been that way. So for me to give him the Geo where his game is off, his game hasn't been off. I mean, his game wasn't off today. This has been his game for the last few weeks. So yeah,
No, yeah, you're right. Yeah, and my choice is going to be Delgado as well. Uh, I don't think Payne still had that horrible or that bad of a match against Colorado.
hmm
So this match was probably one of his worst ones throughout the season. I'm saying one of it.
yeah,
But yeah, I don't think that is deserving for this, right? But Delgado showed just I don't know, man. He showed just I don't know if it's tiredness. I don't know if he can't handle a majority of a game. If he's only a 50 minute player now, a 60-minute player, or what's going on, right? Like, but he showed something that shows me he can't start. To be honest, that he can't start. That
that's kind
I
of bold, Chewy.
yeah. But dude, you're going against yeah an Austin team that was trying to fight to stay in the hunt right for
Mhm.
playoffs. So you knew they were going to come a little bit stronger. You knew they were going to try to do their best to win the game. You gotta kind of pick it up. Like you gotta know your opponent. You gotta know what they're fighting for too. Like you can't just take your opponent just as your opponent. It's like, hey, you know these guys are still on the hunt, and if they win, they're staying on the hunt. So you gotta put more effort into your game. And it just seemed like something was up. Something was up, and it was not. He wasn't 100% in that game, and he was getting beaten. He was just not there.
Okay, we agree on that one then. So Delgado, sorry, my friend, you earned this one. And then let me see here. Bright went with Spenny said no BJ as well. Brian went with Painsil, not effective. 1-on-1 unfortunately picked up what looks like a hamstring injury. Forgot to mention that too. But I think Vanning said in the presser that it doesn't seem like to be a concern. So Painsil left with an injury, but keep in mind, I don't know if it showed on TV, but Fagundes was already there for the sub, so he didn't get hurt. Then they did the sub. The sub was already going to happen regardless, so it wasn't necessarily the injury wasn't for the sub. The sub was coming anyway, so keep that in mind. And then Spenny gives the Geo to. That's funny because I said I pulled a Spenny, but here he goes. He said Paintsil. I appreciate his eagerness to make up for the open net miss, but was not a good day. Didn't win any one on ones. All right. Let me let you go first this time, Chewy. Let's go with the you got Heartman, or you want me to read the other ones? You can either go first or you could pass.
No, it's cool. I'll go. You got heart, man. Um, man, I'm giving this to Ricky. I don't think it was one of his better games. Uh, but he did do a lot, bro. He did do a lot this game. Um, and I feel that I'm on. He got two assists this game. One of them is BS, but the other one, yeah, dude. Like I feel he did his part for the team, and I do feel that Brugman and Delgado affected his game as well. I feel that's a big deal. Like he needs that pairing, right? He if we could get Cerillo and Marco starting next to Ricky, brah, like come on, But no, we got Brugman and Delgado, right? Like that's who's there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel that he can only do so much, and he has to kind of see who he's playing with. The man, he has to be that player that figures it out. But I feel Book did his job, did enough for us to win this game.
All right. So I'm gonna go. Well, I'm gonna go with these guys because it's well, you'll see why. Bryant Garces, Kid is solid next to Yoshida. Spenny, let me try to do this right. Garces won all the one-on-ones. He said aggressive, and then quote ruthless aggression. Smart and smart, and he said or John the Rock Nelson. So he's good with both. And I actually am gonna go with Garces. I said something earlier that Austin didn't end up in highlights because of him. Right? He made some last gas uh, runs and to stop any kind of danger from happening, and that's why you don't see as many Austin highlights or saves by McCarthy. So Garces for me, that kid right now you can't get him off the field.
Oh no,
You
yeah,
can't. You can't.
yeah, and
So
definitely he's the reason why those yeah, like you said, there's no highlights up inside the box basically,
mhm.
because every shot kind of that Austin had or they could take was outside the box, long shots. At least that's some of the stuff that was able to come out.
Yep. So the prestigious next standing award. This is man. This is I should be easy, right?
Yeah,
MV Peck, MV Peck,
yeah, dude.
MV Peck. Yeah, dude. Fucking guy was just unstoppable, dude. The guy is. I think it was Chris Tucker that said on Twitter said the Gabriel Peck is just another level above everyone, and that includes his own teammates. That
Shoot,
guy,
yeah.
he's hitting playoff form, and like Spenny said, he picks Peck. He said he played well and he's hungry for more. Bryant impeccable. Bryant was with Peck too. I can only imagine Edgar Willis and Tony are gonna go with Peck as well. I don't see why else. So Chewy, what do you got?
Yeah, dude, Peck, he should have had that assist. Freaking Painto, he should have had that assist, man. So, yeah, yeah, man, he's playing a great game.
Yeah.
It, I like I said, I can't believe how meshed this team is right now. I wouldn't have ever expected them to be this good together
Nobody
this
did.
quick. Yeah,
We didn't know
this
all these
quick.
guys. uh,
Exactly.
so let me close out with Spenny's overall thoughts on the game. He said didn't feel the team overall played well offensively, which is okay. It's the this if this is the worst they look. Defensively, the team performed great in the first half. Garces will be or the, what is it? Garces will be our best defender. I guess is what he meant to say. Garces will be our best defender of all time if we can keep him for 8+ seasons. Ooh, damn, that's a bold statement. Best of all time. Ricky Puig is the fifth fastest player to reach 50+ goals in MLS. 66 contributions. All right, 8 years. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I don't think that happens, but that'd be
Yeah,
nice.
it's a very long time. So let me go with these questions real quick.
Hold on,
Um,
hold on. Random stat that I saw on the on the MLS stats thing.
mhm.
Um, hold on, where is it? Damn it! I closed the tab and now I need to reopen
It's okay.
it. LA Galaxy with 17,643 completed passes.
All right.
What in the hell, dude? The Houston is right under us with 16,162. What in
Look
the
what
bloody
that
hell?
shows you. That shows you how much that stat matters. Look at where they are on the table and where we are.
Yeah, dude. Well, Columbus is right under them, and then Miami, right? And look
Mhm.
at where they are. And I think Ricky might be the leader in all those completed passes. Just how much that man touches the ball.
All right, here we go, Chewy. On Instagram, our what? Arpedrasa 83. I'm assuming this is his name. What players surprised you this season? Let me see. Surprised us.
Barry.
uh, I'm gonna go with Cerillo because I think we had a lot of confidence in him, right? And we still had like the Brugman in our roster, and we figured that he'd come back, and he's gonna be rotation. So I'm gonna go with Cerillo because now Cerillo's a starter for me, and I don't think I was able to say that in the beginning. Like he has to start every game, so I'll go with Cerillo as my surprise,
Oh
pleasant
yeah,
surprise.
yeah, very good. His answer to his goal was like, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah,
Right?
humble kid. Uh, Adam DC 25. If Galaxy were more clinical, they could have scored more goals for last night's game. Yeah, we agree. We talked about that a little bit,
Mhm.
and they need to figure that out for playoff time because you don't get as many of those opportunities. And we criticized defense a couple weeks back, and it looks like they're starting to figure it out too. Let's see, Pokesaurus.
Nice, nice.
How would y'all feel if Galaxy accept offers for Ricky or Peck with Campeones clinched? How do we feel? I feel prepared. I don't think Ricky goes anywhere. I don't think Galaxy gets the money that they want for Ricky.
Mhm.
If I had to say, I think Ricky's European journey is done. I think he might just be a Galaxy player for a few more years, and from there, who knows? But I'm not really worried about Ricky going anywhere. As far as Peck, I kind of expect it. So sucks, but at least we feel comfortable knowing our front office will do something with the money.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get a good amount of money.
Yeah, or he's not, that
Cause
or he's not going anywhere.
I would hope so, but I would also hope that they make a lot of money out of pick.
Yeah. Logan Jones 01. Do you guys think Kunz has okay? Do you guys think Kunz has hit every signing this offseason? Let's just say yeah, because the way Paintsville started, right? We could say Paintsville maybe not, but we'll say yeah, right? Because Paintsville, what they scouted on Paintsville, he showed in the beginning. But I won't say yeah, he hit it in every signing.
He's doing better than expected.
Yeah.
Not Painto.
Peck.
Kuntz. Kuntz.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's one
Kuntz.
guy, and
Yeah.
it's one guy that worked in a team, and that had he had a bigger team around him in LAFC. So one guy I didn't expect as much as he's done now. So another super chat from Adam, $2. What team do you guys think Galaxy will face in the wild card? I want to say without looking, I'm gonna go with Portland. That's the one. Then that's the team I don't want to face.
Oh yeah, I don't want to face Portland. Hell no. Hell no. I feel that they're stronger than Vancouver. I feel.
Oh, Portland can get out of the wild card still.
Can they?
So we'll see. Yeah, they're 3 points behind Minnesota,
Oh, with two
and
games, right? Oh no,
and
one game.
they have a better game goal differential. So yeah, they just need the points. That's all they need. So they can get
Well,
out.
Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota. If Minnesota ties, then they're good.
Yeah, but Vancouver can also get out too, and they're above
Yeah.
Portland. So I guess it all depends. I don't know how many games do they have left.
Port Vancouver is still 2 games away.
And Portland,
32. Portland won.
oh one. So Vancouver has to drop two, or draw. Yeah, drop and draw, and then Portland has to win that one, and Minnesota has to lose that one. Damn, that's crazy. That's gonna be a wild ass finish. No, so
Yeah, basically those are 3 teams that could be in wild. Two of those three are in wild card.
So I guess if you're asking me now, I mean it's not in their hands, so I'm still gonna stick with Portland.
It says, what team would you guys think Galaxy face in the wild card? I think Vancouver. I would hope Vancouver.
I mean, who do I hope? I hope Minnesota, but I think it's gonna be Portland. I still think the
Oh.
way the schedule goes, I think it's gonna be Portland. Let me see here, because Portland plays at Seattle, Vancouver plays at Salt Lake, and Minnesota has St. Louis at home. So it actually might just stay the way it is.
Oh shoot, yeah, that they might lose. Both of them might lose those games.
Yeah, so it might just the table might not even move in that bottom half.
Yep.
Another super chat from Adam, $2. Thank you, Adam. We need Vancouver to win on Sunday.
Winner tie,
Winter time.
winner tie. We're good with winner tie.
Yeah, that is true. I'll take a tie. That way Portland can win and they can move up. All right, Chuyaso, we're coming towards the tail end here. There's one thing I wanted to bring up, right? Like the feeling of like making a title run is coming up. I kind of wish Edgar was on here because these are things like that he remembers, right? There's always like these special things that happen when we have title runs, and I kind of was thinking about it yesterday, and I'm like, let me convince myself, right, of an MLS Cup run. So here's how I did it: 2002, Pescadito Ruiz. That was something special, something new, something different. They went and found this player, right? So that was the special moment there. 2005, Donovan. You brought Donovan to the Galaxy, and the guy carried the team, put the team in his back. 2005 was not a year that we weren't supposed to win MLS Cup, and not even going in. At that point, we were the lowest seed to ever win MLS Cup. So Donovan was, and even the poor Pando Ramirez scores the game winner in MLS Cup. A guy that just struggled here. He scores the only goal in MLS Cup. So that happens. And then we get into the more modern era, right? We get to the 2011, 2012, and 2014 titles, right? So those in particular for me are kind of how I convince myself and how this can happen, right? So the first one, 2011 MLS Cup, and maybe I'll get my years wrong, but I know this one for sure. This team was ready. This team was good. There was a piece missing here. This was the striker, right? The striker was not it. We had signed Juan Pablo Angel. Juan Pablo Angel came in. Sorry, and Juan Pablo came in, and he was a bit of a bust. We trade him away. In comes Robbie Keane. Robbie Keane is that final piece we needed. Robbie Keane helps us win MLS Cup. 2012, Keane is there. This team is ready again to win an MLS Cup. And with the wing play wasn't there. And I might be getting this one wrong. But even though he's not going to be the flashiest player, and you're probably not going to hear his name too much, but we lacked on the wing, and we brought in Christian Wilhelmsen, right? That guy was the change there because that's what we needed. 2014 was another special thing. This kid, Dasi Zardes had that 1 year where we needed him, and then this was no more Beckham year. So Marcelo Sarvas steps in that role. Sarvas just was an amazing player for. And I got it right. Wilhelmsen was 2012. Yes. Sarvas just was the guy that filled that role for us. And now today, 2024, Chewy, what's the way I convinced myself?
How?
So I think the most important player in this team is Ricky Puig. Not the best player in the team. MV Peck stands alone. The most important player in this team is Ricky Puig, right? Because he pulls the strings. I had a lot of complaints about Ricky Puig. I think a lot of us saw it, right? And the experience, or we're not sure what it was, but all of a sudden we saw Marco Royce. Marco Royce, nobody was sure about what he was going to do for this team, how much he was going to play. And I said it before we signed him that he was going to make Ricky better, that he was going to help Ricky become a better leader and a better pro. And tell me if I'm wrong, Chuy, but did that not happen? Did that not happen as soon as Marco Royce came in? You started seeing a different Ricky.
Oh yeah, 100%. When Marco's on the field, you see Ricky playing way better, or being a leader, being a better leader.
Oh, and by the way, 2014 did have another player, Stefan Ishizaki, that came in. There's always like these players that just got us over the line and got us over the hump. So that's me convincing myself. I think Marco Royce is the most important piece to this team, or not most important, but a very important piece that's gonna help this team make a run if they are. So there you go. Eddie has convinced himself. And then once we win, and I'm in Miami celebrating, I finally get to say we're back.
Oh, dude, to me, the only thing that I would change of what you said is I have to add impeccable. I have to add Peck.
Oh yeah.
Peck
Oh, yeah.
is that spark that Ricky can count on.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Chewy, we can. You know how I gave all those examples. We could add. We could take an example from everywhere, right? I said something special, 2002, something new, something special. Discover someone that you didn't know. That's Peck.
Hmm.
A kid that like was just like stepped it up and was special. Was artist. That's Cereal or
Yeah.
Garces. And then those fill in the important roles or what was missing in the teams, the Zizakis, the Wilhelmsons, the Marcelo Salvas I mentioned. That's Royce. Like we have all those things happening right now.
Oh, dude, I'll say it and I'll take it to the grave right now. Till to date, I still think the best homegrown MLS player is Jesse Sardis
Yeah,
in the in
I
MLS in MLS.
homegrown. I'd have to look. I'd have to
But
look.
I he has how many, two or three championships with different teams?
Two. He has
Two.
us and Columbus. I want to say, yeah, Columbus, right?
Hmm.
Yeah,
So to me he is the probably no he has, oh yeah, he has with us in Columbus. So
yeah.
yeah, he's
All right.
won Gold Cup.
And last thing before we go, Chewy, little fun fact for everyone here. The last time, this is kind of crazy. The last time the Galaxy played in an MLS Cup, there actually was a player that featured in that game that's on the Galaxy right now. You want to take a wild guess? Anybody in the chat want to take a wild guess? Don't look it up, Chewy.
I'm not looking it up. I have no idea unless
Like,
it's
that's pretty crazy to think about, right?
is it a active player or is it a coach?
No, no, he's a player. He was a player then. He's a player now.
Let me see. Let me just look through. Who do we have? Fagundes?
Yeah, Diego Fagundes was playing for the New England
Oh
Revolution.
shit! That like
Yeah,
I'm just looking at the roster and I'm like, Fagundes would be the only other one that has a lot of tenure in
yeah.
MLS.
Well, he didn't come in that game, but he was on. He was on the bench for New England the last time the
Oh
Galaxy
shit!
played an MLS Cup. That's
Yeah,
pretty
because
crazy.
in our lineup, everybody is either too young or I don't think they've ever been in MLS Cup. Some of them, right? At least when we were. So that
Mhm.
Fagundes was the only person like that out of everybody. Holy
No,
shit, that's crazy.
but you know what? Now that you say that, is he an active player? Juninho is also on the coaching staff.
Well, that's why I asked you, coaching or player.
That would have been too easy.
Yeah, because if you said both, then well, not both, but like because Juninho still plays, just not professionally anymore.
Yeah.
He plays with all the borrachos of fucking on the midweeks and on Sundays.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, I just
Chewy, go
one of
ahead.
the things I do gotta say though, congrats to Austin. Congratulations for
Oh,
finally getting rid of Josh Wolf.
you finally did it.
Yep,
You finally did
that's yeah. Congratulations and you're
it.
welcome.
Yeah, Sam asked me today. She's like, "Did they follow Wolf because of he tried to fight with Vanny?" I was like, "No." He's like, "This team these fans have wanted him out."
Yeah, and it was just the elimination of playoffs what they did. So
Yeah,
congratulations and you're welcome.
yeah, you're welcome. Right, that's what we do here. See, maybe we are back. Chewy, we get coaches fired. We're back, baby.
It worked.
Checklist. Yeah, cool, cool, cool. Chewy, we got anything else?
Um, Yamane, player of the Riot Squad Player of the Year.
Yep.
Again, that is voted by people. It is not something that is just given. People actually voted for Yamane. I thought it was a good vote. If it wasn't Peck on an offensive player and defensive player, I would have gone with Yamane. Yeah, he's a surprising player too. I didn't think he was gonna be that okay of a player.
I didn't know what to expect from him by now. But we like him here. Lars likes him. Everybody likes Yamane. All right, Chuaso. This season is coming to an end. This show is also coming to an end. So one game left for the Galaxy, two games left for the people right under us. But there we shouldn't have to score watch. The fate is in our hands. If if we want to be this championship team, let's go take care of business. If you ask me, dude, you go for it. Houston's not an easy place to play, but again, look at where we are in the table. Look where they are. We need to go out there and show that we're ready, and then hit that playoff form. Because, mind you, we get a bye, so it's not like we're gonna go straight into a game the following week. So we got to go into Houston. We gotta go out there with their best 11. Hopefully, Royce can feature in that game, not necessarily start because he come back from injury, but feature in this game and get the win. And it doesn't matter, and whatever else happens in other games will not matter.
Yep. We get that win or that tie, we basically hold on to our own destiny at that point.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I don't feel Marco should start. I don't think he's ever played somewhere where like a Houston, and anybody can say, "Oh, it's a night game." Yeah, if you guys travel to Houston, have you? It doesn't matter if it's the sun's out or if it's not. It doesn't matter. It's still hot as balls, and it's humid, and it's super humid. So it doesn't really matter. I don't think Marco has played like that before.
Myself and Chewy have done this trip, and we haven't really ever discussed going back.
Hey, I love going to Austin. I'll go to Austin every time if I can. I love it there. But yeah, Houston, on the other hand, Jesus Christ, it's yeah, it's a sauna.
So one thing I'll add to the wild card thing, or even the playoffs, like teams that I hope we play for the sake of travel. I hope we play Vancouver, Portland, or Seattle, because I would want to travel to one of those.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. Or LAFC, man, what a trip that would be, huh? All the way to
Nah,
LA.
you guys get lost.
Oh my God, Victor B. This was hilarious because I was walking away, and then we'll be out of here. Ricky gets the Geo Award, bro. Fuck that. He asked, "What about Ricky's reaction to drinking Riot Squad's beer chug after the game?" Ricky took a big gulp and he spat it right back out. Like it was like if you ever watched Team America where the puppets throw up, that's what Ricky looked like.
Dude, I feel Ricky's a guy that drinks either wine
Yeah,
or Michelob.
yeah,
That's it. Like that's it.
100%,
Yep. He's not used
100%.
to like a ale. He's not used to the type of beer that usually Riot Squad drinks. So, yeah,
He drinks Voss water too.
Voth water.
He gets the ones in the glass still shipped to him somehow.
It's pumped directly into his water, dude. Into his fridge.
Right, Chewy, we good?
We good.
All right, cool. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you for tuning in on this Sunday, even though it was just me and Chewy. Fuck the rest of the Nag boys. We are Nag. Me and Chewy are fucking Nag. So, no, I'm just kidding. Shout out to all the Nag boys. They put in a lot of incredible work this whole year. Thank you guys for fucking with us this whole year again. Crazy. We just realized that next year's our 10-year anniversary, which I mean, you would think we would have set that up by now, but fuck it, who cares? Make sure to follow the pod on all social media. Make sure to follow it on all streaming services, all audio, and of course YouTube. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Hit the little bell so you get notifications. You can find me around at the stadium. Find me in real life. If you say hi and I don't say much, it's because I'm actually kind of shy, despite me being on this pod and talking. I'm hiding behind the camera. I'm hiding behind the keyboard here. So it's not that I don't like to talk to people. Sometimes I just don't know what to say. But I appreciate everyone coming up to us and saying what's up and showing us some love. Chuyaso, why don't you tell people where they can find you?
You guys can find me as Chavez Ha, Chavez JA on all my social media. Is again Chavez JA. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Yeah.
10-year Chewy on camera all season next year. I love it.
I've,
Shout out to Sammy for that one.
I've come out on camera before, and I was actually thinking of coming out on camera, but then it's like, wait, there's too much work going on that I have to get done over here.
All right, Chewy. So his Chewy is worse than Ricky because Chewy demands a makeup chair before every show.
Hell yeah.
Again, thank you guys for tuning in on this lovely Sunday night. The Galaxy are hopefully, oh no, they will be having home field advantage. So we'll get to see your beautiful faces again at a playoff game next time, and maybe in some away days. You never know. Maybe the Nag boys do a road trip. Maybe we use the Nag credit card to rent a private jet. So for Chewy and myself, we're gonna get up out of here. Till next time. Keep on nagging.
Keep on nagging.
I'm coming.